Left high and dry. For a second day, trains are not running between Khayelitsha, Phillipi, Mitchells Plain and Khayelitsha, forcing commuters to use alternative transport, putting strain on already overcrowded buses and taxis. Commuters are frustrated.
Today I'm writing a big test and I've been here for hours now, and this is not an explanation. And I'm going to fail because of these trains.
The situation here is very bad, and then the patients are waiting for me at the hospital. But I have to be here while I have to be at work, helping people. Now I really don't understand Metrorail.
Metrorail says it's doing its best to assist commuters. More than 50 buses have been made available to transport stranded passengers. Commuters with weekly or monthly tickets are allowed to use Golden Arrow buses after 8 in the morning. The Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, PRASA, says it has spent more than 300 million rand on fixing or replacing vandalized and stolen equipment.
We've identified about more than 25 areas where the infrastructure has been severely damaged. It's actually been butchered, deliberately so. So the team will be having a discussion and a meeting where we'll be looking at the feedback from the technical team, and then we will decide, what the plans are for the next few days.
Engineers are working around the clock to fix the damaged signal cables. They hope to have the train service back on track by tomorrow. Metrorail says it has filed criminal complaints of sabotage and attempted murder. The rail service is offering a reward of 50,000 rand for information leading to the arrest of the culprits. Nomao Tusolwante, SABC News, Cape Town.
Now, for more on that story, we are joined on the line from Cape Town by Metrorail Western Cape Regional Manager, Mr. Richard Walker. Mr. Walker, very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Good afternoon.
Now, Richard, just how serious is the issue of cable theft in Cape Town?
Well, it's actually very serious. We've been having incidents or a spike in incidents in the last couple of weeks. However, the incident that we experienced yesterday morning, we've never had an incident like that extent and that huge for a long time. But it's an ongoing problem, and it's not a Western Cape problem, it's a national problem. It's not just a Western Cape problem, we also experience it within Telkom as well as within Eskom. So it's not specifically confined to Metrorail or to the Western Cape.
Now, Richard, we understand that Metrorail is worst affected. Tell us about your plight and how are you dealing with this issue?
Are you talking about the particular incident?
Yes, this particular incident of the cables that were stolen.
Okay. Obviously, and I think I need to correct immediately the fact that no cables were stolen, no equipment was stolen. It was just a deliberate criminal attack. It was a deliberate trying to paralyze the rail system. Cables and signal equipment was cut at very strategic points, 25 points to be exact within the system. This impacted on the service between Nyanga to Khayelitsha as well as Mitchells Plain. And, it made the system unsafe for us to operate trains on that particular route. So it's quite huge, the problem that we're experiencing. We're still not operating trains on that section of the line as we speak.
Now, Richard, we also understand that Metrorail knows who the possible suspects are. What can you divulge to us without compromising the information for a possible investigation, Richard?
As I've indicated clearly previously, I met with the provincial commissioner of the Western Cape. And, him and his team of SAPs, they're busy with the investigations. We've given them the information in terms of the leads that we have. We have gone out to lay charges of attempted murder because they actually shot at some of our own security employees, as well as malicious damage to property charges were registered. And I've also laid a charge of sabotage because of the serious nature of the incident, as well as the huge impact it has on our commuters who makes use of railways for their livelihoods, as well as the impact on the economy.
Now, Richard, yes, please go ahead.
And obviously, we are suspicious in terms of who the actual suspects are. We've given the information to the police. It's very sensitive at this stage. All I can say is that the net is closing in on these individuals. imminent, and the police are actually working around the clock to actually bring these culprits to book.
Richard, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
That's Richard Walker, Metrorail Western Cape Regional Manager, talking to us about the impact of cable theft on rail transport.